Howdy y'all, it's Russell back with Gwinnett Lawns in beautiful and very rainy Atlanta, Georgia. Today is October the 11th, 2020, and we are still getting the remnants of tropical storm or Hurricane Delta. Anyway, so it rained, poured, wind, everything all last night. And so I'm in here in the garage, and I'm going to show you how to change your hydro fluid and filters on your Hustler Trimstar. Now this probably will be very similar to the Hustler sit-down zero turns if you have one of those. This is not a hard job. I haven't seen anything on YouTube, anybody even has a video on it, so I wanted to make a video for you guys that have this. I don't know how much the dealer would charge for this, but you can certainly do it cheaper yourself. So let me show you the setup that I have here. All right, so what I have done to facilitate viewing of the camera, you don't have to do this, but I built a wood ramp to get this up high enough so I'll be able to get the camera under there and show you what's going on, which we'll do in a minute. But I also took I have a Volkswagen jack that fits perfectly right there, and I made sure to get this, you can see that, perfectly level. Now what we're going to be using, the Hydro Gear is the actual manufacturer of these hydros, and this is the factory filters for that. And now, very important, listen to this, okay, unlike other zero turn mowers, Hustler has chosen to use motor oil, 20W50 motor oil, in their hydro system. Do not use hydrostatic transmission fluid like you would in the right, okay? I don't know what design changes they made, but actually it's more convenient to be able to get this. So I'm going to be using the amsoil 100% synthetic motor oil, which is the exact same stuff that I use in both engines, which is really nice. As I've read, it's going to take about 2 quarts per side. We'll see if that pans out to be true. But let's go ahead and get down to work. Let me show you what we're going to be doing underneath the mower. Look at this knucklehead. It's out there raining, and he's just out there standing in the rain. He's the manager. He can do what he wants. All right, so let me get under here real quick and let me show you what we're going to be doing. There is a filter on both sides, right there, and then right there on the other side. So I'm going to be taking the filter guard off so we can get to the filter. There's 3 bolts, and that will be how we'll facilitate the draining of this. This is the actual drive unit right here, so it does look like it probably could hold 2 quarts. One thing I do like about the Hustler is that it uses a separate filter for each side. It's pretty neat. All right, let me get this camera set up where I don't have to hold it. All right, so I went ahead and took the wheel off and jacked the mower up from the back because this is just a much better angle for filming. So I'm going to use a 3/8 socket and remove this plastic cover right here. Look at there, there's a label. All right, so let's see if this will come off by hand. Of course it won't. I don't know why they put these things on so tight from the factory. Car manufacturers do that too. Wow, that is a lot of fluid. Still looks good. Alright, so I've let this drain probably about 10 minutes total. I did tilt the back of the mower down just a little bit to help facilitate that. So I've got a brand new filter. Now I see people doing this all the time. Don't use dirty oil. You have to lubricate this gasket right here. Take the cap of your new bottle and put clean oil on there. Okay? I see people doing this all the time. It really agitates me. There's no reason in the world to put dirty oil on your filter gasket. Now I'm going to just make doubly sure that this is clean. And it is. And I'm going to go ahead and just put this filter. Alright, so my mic just died. So basically, I was saying if you need to, because you can't hardly get your hand on here, you can use your filter wrench just to get it, you know, 3/4 to a turn more on the, when it attaches the base. Alright, so the next thing we're going to do is I'm going to do the exact same thing on the other side. Alright, so I have replaced both filters on both sides, cleaned everything up, and the next step is we need to refill the system. What you've got to do is you have to remove this plug right here. There's a plug on both sides, and I'm going to go ahead and take that out on both drive units, and it is an 11/16. So after we do that, I've got the mower already leveled, and we will go ahead and add our 4 quarts of fluid, and this will help to purge the air out of the system. Alright, so we've got that out. Now there's an O-ring on here, so make sure that when you take this off, the O-ring is in there and it's not still in the port there. And I'm going to remove the one on the other side. Okay, so the O-ring came out with that one as well. Get my knucklehead dog. He's laying in the wet grass. What's wrong with you, Diesel? We'll just show this right here. So I'm going to add this funnel here. Alright, so I don't know why the camera just cut off, but hopefully it recorded the first part. If in case it didn't, all I did was I jacked the mower up, I pulled both of these levers out and locked them in the transport position that's would allow you to freewheel to push the mower if it wouldn't start. So now they're back in the regular position, and while it was in that position, I activated forward and reverse about 6 times. So now it's in the drive position, and we should see the wheels spin if everything's going to work correctly. All right, here we go. Alright, so I didn't notice any weird abnormal noise whatsoever. Let me just check under here. Yep, everything looks nice and dry. No leaks. Okay. All right, so it looks as though, it looks like everything is perfectly fine. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this mower off of the blocks, let the front down. I'm going to run the mower and let it sit on a level surface for a while, and then I'll make sure that the reservoir is where it should be, and then that'll be it. So hopefully this is not a very hard, it's not hard at all. Okay, the only thing you got to remember if you're going to do one of these is to, if it hadn't been raining, the sun just came out now, but I would have sat the oil out in the sun to heat it up a little bit, because 2050 is a pretty thick oil, and it takes a long time for the oil to drain into the, or to fill the two axles up, or the two transmissions up. So other than that, it's a very quick process. Getting the filters off and everything is easy. So I don't know how much the dealer would charge for this. I'd say maybe 100, 150 bucks. Definitely it's worth your time to do. And I wanted to use amsoil because that's the best oil out there. So anyway, guys, hopefully this helps you. And if you've got a comment, if you've got a question, I don't think it really matters. You know, pretty much all hydros are the same. The right has one filter, but it uses a different fluid. It uses hydrostatic fluid. But that is really fast because it's got a big, huge tank on it, and it's a little, the fluid is thinner. So anyway, hopefully it encourages you guys to do that yourself on the down and the off season. And that being said, I will see you on the next video.